All right, everyone. Okay, we're all unmuted. Yeah, stream is gonna get like the precursor to the recording, and then the actual YouTube VOD or like the actual podcast, it won't have any of the stuff that's going on right now. So we are live.
Right.
We are ready. I will be doing the introductions once I switch scenes over. Okay, there it is. We're both on stream now. You look spectacular, my friend. Oh my god, it's actually wonderful. I wanted to use freaking Snapcam and shit. Like there's like that anime filter. I actually really wanted to use it because it works really well.
Yeah, I actually read it once and it made my hair like 3 times longer than it is in real life. It's really something.
Oh my gosh. All right, I need to turn on ducking.
The program is based.
Bada bing, bada bop. Okay, that music was loud. That was my fault. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do the thing. I hate this. This is like my least favorite part, man. This is Casually Serious, where someone who knows nothing about anything talks to himself for a bit. Every 8 p.m. Mountain Time and 10 p.m. Eastern every Friday. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram under the name Vitamin Zeth. Today, I'm going to be introducing a friend of mine of nearly 2 decades now. I had to say that my favorite childhood highlight with him was definitely us trying to recreate a photo that we took when we were toddlers. It was ridiculous. They had a picture of me and this guy, okay, as babies. His look on his face, it's as if he's literally seen everything the world had to offer at such a young age. He was like disappointed. And then I'm just laying there like, sup, mom. And we recreated that freaking picture. It was ridiculous. It was amazing. He is currently a third-year finance student at the University of Calgary School of Business. He's also working towards a certificate of sustainability. So, man, he's a huge foodie, former meme account member or owner, occasional Excel tutor and graphic designer, and a digital illustrator in his spare time. His favorite type of pizza is 3 cheese, but welcomes the pineapple lovers with open arms. Our guest today on Casually Serious is the man, the myth, the game hen, Elijah Cornero.
Hello! Yo!
Man, that was rough. I stuttered a lot. I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible host. Holy cow. There's a lot more I gotta say about this guy, everyone. All right. We've been friends and not alive for 2 decades. It flies over my head every time I look back at that. And I'm just like, man, I always feel like a humongous, horrible person, because I'm just like, yo, I barely send this guy a message here and there, but we're still kind of able to talk as if nothing's happened. And it's really wonderful. It is actually really wonderful. And it makes me so heartfelt to know that, man, we could be 30, it could be 3 decades. And then we're just going to be like, yo, it's like, yeah, did you get that certificate already? You'd be like, dude, I got that years ago. And I'll be like, dang, oh man, it's already happening. Oh man. No, I freaking love this guy. I love this guy. Whew. What else do you want the stream to know, man?
I'm sorry?
What else do you want the stream to know about you, Eli?
I think you covered pretty much all the bases. I mean, me, you, we're kind of in the same boat, just out here in university, just taking everything thrown our way. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
But, yeah, especially during a time like this too. Come on.
Yeah, during a time like this, it's very hard. There's a lack of motivation. There's a lack of the will to do anything. it's
Tell me about it.
it's crazy. You know, like we're both university students. We are working towards that goal. But man, like it is really hard when you're at home. It is really hard when you're at home.
Oh my goodness,
God.
yeah. That, like nap time, like is any time. Like your brain has a mind of its own, and when it wants to nap, it wants to nap. Okay.
Like you can't get up. You know, like I remember there was a day. I know my parents are going to they're just going to be so mad once they hear this. But there was a day where I seriously just laid in bed. I had no classes that day. It was my off day, you know, like a day to just do schoolwork. And I was just like, you know, it's only 7:00. Let's see if I can sleep for an hour. And then it was 12. I was like, well, you know, it's only lunchtime.
No.
You know, I had a big dinner. Maybe I'll just keep sleep. And then it was 4:00. The whole day went by, and I did absolutely nothing. I felt so horrible.
that is like that perfectly, like quintessentially describes like every other day of my summer, and also like the first couple months of coming back. And like despite the fact that I set a schedule and everything, like that I completely transform my room to become a distraction-free environment, like that mindset, like it couldn't go away. I had to like perform poorly in an assignment to finally get things going.
Man. It's always going to be like the negative stuff that'll push us forward. And you know what? It's funny, but I can see that especially after COVID, we will hopefully be on top of what the heck is going on around us. Like as soon as we see like, there's this new illness that's out there. I wonder what we should be should we do anything about this? You know, it's going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. A few months later, you know, oof. But okay. There's a word I want to introduce today. You know, the word of the day. First segment, of course. Farrier. All right, farrier, okay? A person who shoes horses. Now, it's a very interesting word. I don't know how the heck I'm going to connect it to the topic. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. But, you know, let's be real here.
No.
Farriers, man, aren't they happy? You know? Like if I'm not going to, you know, we can't really, you know, if you're a girl or a boy, you got to love an animal of some sort, right? Majority of people love cats and dogs, but I know the people that love horses. These farriers are horse lovers. You know, you got to shoot your horse. You got to make sure that they get their footing right. Man, that's a happy job. That's a happy job. And that's going to be the on topic, what's poppin' question today for segment 2, happiness. Happiness. We were touching a little bit on the happiness, you know. Do you think, Eli, that there is a lack of happiness during COVID right now? Do you think there's a huge lack of it?
Well, like judging from what I've been seeing, like you know, like particularly over social media and all that, you know, all the extra measures taken like by the businesses, and like a huge chunk of them like actually closing their doors in order to ensure everyone's safety. You know, there's plenty of people around the world that absolutely want to do those things, like, you know, like laser tag or escape rooms. I'm not really sure if like those are still open, but for businesses of that sort that are closed, and like some of them actually had to do it permanently, and like, you know, you can't help but think that it really struck a chord like between within longtime customers of that business. So like overall, I would say that like there has been like a net decrease. Ultimately, however, like it entirely depends on the person. Me as a homebody, it hasn't really affected me like all that much. Is it because of my like ability to like adapt like quickly to potential outside forces? Who knows? But having said that, I think we'd rather hear your opinion on it.
Not gonna lie, you bring really good points. You bring up really good points because there is always going to be the economic, the political, the social, and the religious and individual or the group. There's a lot of different perspectives, and there's also a lot of different people that are getting hurt right now. And I have to say that I do think too that we are hurting. A lot of us are finding it very hard to find ways to be happy. It's crazy. Like I'm going to not lie. I have been on like that drug of spending. I have been. And some people like me have spent quite a bit of money to just try to keep themselves busy. And you know that typical saying, money doesn't buy you happiness. Man, it really does not do so. And I have to also admit that every single time I always walk back to the piano and I'm just like, man, this is what happiness is. This is what helped me get through my sad lows. It's really crazy to not have the ability to simply see what is right in front of you that can give you happiness. Like, I forget sometimes. I actually just, my brother was laying on the couch and I just hugged him. But I really hugged my brother. I hugged him for a good solid 10 minutes because I kind of forgot how much happiness for someone who's extroverted like me to be in physical contact with someone. COVID took that away from us. It took away the ability for a majority of people who interact physically. It neutered us. It's depriving us of that happiness. And especially if you're like us, hopefully, if you're doing your part, staying in quarantine, staying at home, you will see that, man, in your room, there is just nothing here to keep you happy. Not unless, the biggest key, in my opinion, is if you got a hobby. If you got a hobby that is not reliant on being out there or having to do it as a group activity, you are gonna still thrive. But there's no loss of hope for you. I've told a few people myself. They were just like, man, like I'd play piano for them sometimes on Discord on random servers. And I have had some comments where they're just like, man, I wish I could learn piano. I never have the time. Or like, I wish I could practice an instrument, get into graphic design or do coding or something, you know? And I'm just like, dude, this is the perfect time. This is where you turn that negative, you turn that very horrible situation you're in, and you can just flip it around. You don't need to go on websites where you're just like, oh, you know, like I need to pay $50 a month. I'm going to learn how to code, or I'm going to pay like $25 a month and then learn how to speak Japanese or something. You can, to an extent. Oh, yeah. You can learn it on your own. You can learn it from other sources online. And when it comes to music and instruments and those kind of hobbies, you can definitely get away with that. You can get away with learning on your own at home. And this is honestly more than a better time, if not the best time for that. No one's doing anything. And the sadness lingers as you do nothing. So I honestly think that you guys, everybody has to find something to be happy. And it isn't going to be alcohol. It's not going to be drugs. Hopefully, okay? You know, my people don't be doing the drugs. Eli, what have...
Yeah.
what would be like the top 2 things for you right now that you're doing that is kind of helping to raise your happiness right now under COVID?
Well, I guess personally, I think like a number one for me is pretty much cooking. Like essentially getting to know different recipes and trying pretty much like new recipes from like all sorts of different cultures. Because like not only like would you get to learn more about the world around you without even having to leave your neighborhood. I mean, unless you're buying ingredients if you don't really have a grocery store close to where you live. But also like if you have someone else living with you, I mean, like I live with my mom and my little bros. Like one thing that's very rewarding about cooking is just knowing that you were able to nourish them. And like sometimes they'd even give you like that look of approval or say thank you. And that just really warms my heart, you know? Like it can really be that reassurance of knowing your taste buds are still healthy and like so like they enjoy it just as much as you do. But ultimately, you nourish that person. People can barely function, if all, without food. So knowing that their energy was replenished because of something you did is just so great. It's just one of the reasons why I decided to take on the mantle of the main home cook for our family.
Man, I do remember that one time we went camping recently. I mean, not recently, but the last time we went camping and you cooked for us, it was delicious. It was delicious. I wouldn't be surprised if you've improved since then. Yeah, like my God, that is a good point. Like, wow, you know, I think that a lot of families are forgetting how close, if not, how not close they are with each other during these times. Because I guess if I recall, there's a lot of people that are going through divorces. There's a lot of people that are getting into fights, and it's sad. These couples, these long time married individuals, like, how does that even happen? But you know, man, like the cooking thing, you know, that's actually one thing I think that is definitely a very happy inducing action. Food always brings people together. You know, everybody likes some sweets, you know, a little bit of that salty steak if you're into meat, you know, maybe some refreshing salad, whatever kind of foods you're into. Man, I do agree with that. If you can get yourself your favorite food, morale boost at its finest. Man, the mere fact that some restaurants that are still being able to pull during this time, and you can order skip the dishes or get home delivery, that is really spectacular. Not only for the business, but also, just like you mentioned earlier, also for the long-term customers, because everybody is going to miss just sitting at a Boston Pizza and, you know, just having that quality family time on a Sunday or on a Friday night. And it's going to be very hard to kind of just not have that there anymore. But we can still do that at home with our family. Yeah, that's great. Do you think that, Eli, do you think that there is less happiness out there right now? Or do you think that there is more happiness because of, you know, like we've talked already, there is more opportunities, if not, there's a lot more gateways for people to just be like, yo, I can kind of finally have time to do this, or I can have time to myself and maybe work on myself. For those people that are introverted, do you think that there is less happiness in the world, or do you think that there is potential to be more now?
Well, I mean, ultimately, since you're talking about right now, there's absolutely like a net decrease. Like there's really no other way around that. With like especially with like restrictions coming back up, and so we're still getting back to that kind of shock stage back in like around May or so. But however, in the long term, there'll absolutely be an increase because during a time like this, everyone has the opportunity to like be like more creative with the things like they can do to bring them happiness. Especially like since we're all stuck at home, they're. I can't help but feel like that maybe like just before all this happened, like most of the action happened outdoors, pretty much. Like you'd have to leave your house to do something like like amazing, like something that'll really lift up your spirits. But now, like since the world was changing around us and all, everyone has the opportunity to be more creative with like with what they call be more resourceful. That's the word I was looking for. My bad.
It's all good.
But yeah. If we can come out of this more resourceful. And more willing to take on sacrifices that are ultimately brought upon all of us, some more than others. Then it should definitely be a benefit overall. Once this is all over, of course.
True happiness. Eli, true happiness. We seek that a lot, like we want to know what will always make us happy. Do you think that because of what's going on now, because of COVID, do you think that we will come closer to an understanding of the origins of happiness? Because do like for you as an individual, do you think that happiness is strictly it's going to come from within, it's going to come from the individual and what he can make out of anything that he or she encounters or is given? Or do you think that it's a kind of a good mix of both, an internal like perception of happiness and also the comprehension of the forms of happiness that is around us? Do you think that we can come closer to that understanding? And what do you think about it? Do you think that you're more strongly, it's really what the individual makes up or makes out of what he or she is given?
Well, if there's one thing that we've been emphasizing on nowadays, it's to look out for your fellow man, and with that message going around more and more often. Like a good chunk of the people have the opportunity to like understand where someone else's happiness really comes from. As for like what you were saying about if true happiness does come from within, I in my personal opinion. Yeah. I think ultimately it comes down to the individual to get be in like control of your own happiness. I mean, notwithstanding like any like conditions like that'll like leave them no choice but to just keep on trying to live another day. But but for like someone who doesn't really have to experience such an issue, a lot of the outside like sources, like friends or like events and all that, and to like some extent family, they can all bring you happiness like in completely different levels, but I think what really comes out of them is like your own approach like to those factors. For example, it's completely possible for somebody to travel to a highly revered destination, do all the amazing things, and have pretty much what most people would call like a great experience, and still think and still have not like fully enjoyed it. Like you just came out like meh, so ultimately it's all within the mindset.
100% back you up on that idea. I really think that as well. We are always going to be full of various kinds of human beings that are the world, I mean, is going to be full of various human beings that are either very, very anal or very, very positive, easygoing individuals. And like almost anything is going to make them happy. And there's going to be people where almost nothing makes them happy. I have to think that in my experience, I have felt that. I have felt that there is times where I initially wanted to code games. I wanted to get into computer science. I really, really liked math. I really liked science. It's fun. But then just the more and more I did it, the more and more I felt like, man, as much as that would be the dream, it feels like it's not going to make me happy just sitting at a desk and doing nothing. And when I look at myself now and I'm just like, man, I'm sitting at a desk and doing nothing. What I think is great is that it is my choice that I made to pursue the music and be like, yo, or just even anything audio related. I love sound. Sound nowadays is just, it's my everything. Like recordings, working with software or DAWs, and singing and performing. It's all, everything. Everything feels, I feel so content with what I do. I'm not content with myself though. I like how you mentioned there's like levels of happiness. There's like, I'm happy with what I'm doing, but I'm not happy with that I'm not enough. Like I'm not doing enough to get there, And do you think that plays a more bigger role than we think when we're not happy with ourselves, but then such great, beautiful things are happening around us? Do you think that can also sadly just hold you back from experiencing happiness?
Yeah, this is it's a it's a bit of a gosh, I don't think I even have the words to like describe that feeling, but yeah, it's it's just absolutely like very real, and you know, there's not much I could say like about it. I guess ultimately like it's up to the individual to like recognize that 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 they have that kind of issue. Even if they're living I'm sorry, can you please pick this up for
It's
me?
all
I'm
good.
just going
That's
on.
all good, dude.
So such a tangent. Like my mind is like pretty much like scatterbrained.
Me too, honestly. Honestly.
I've never really looked into anything this much before.
Yeah, because as an artist, that is definitely what all of us, I think, try to really pinpoint down. I took a little bit of a long route this time on this stream. Normally I reach there within 10 minutes, but definitely happiness is just so broad because it is hard when it is the most subjective thing, and it's just like hatred. It's just like, it's like lust. It's like envy. Every single emotion is so dramatically complex that we can't just use one word to describe what that emotion is. We actually have to use examples. We need to use experience. We need to use paragraphs and paragraphs of like what I think this is like. And that is kind of where I wanted to lead into with this topic, because we as artists, or we as human beings, strive to figure out the answer to why we feel the way we feel, why we are mad when, like someone butt in front of me in line, or why I'm so sad when I lose someone. Or why am I happy when I'm given praise, when I'm given forms of love, forms of compassion, and happiness in terms of those different levels that come to us. There's like the happiness on such a deeper level that is just, we can't even explain why we feel that way. And then there's happiness on the surface where it's like, yeah, I'll get a chuckle out of that. I'll get a laugh out of that. I'll smile out of that. But man, like, there's nothing else. Do you think, to close this conversation off, do you think, Eli, that we will ever find the answer, the absolute answer to why human beings feel anything at all?
Well, what's important is that we all make an effort to like understand our fellow neighbor and what they're going through, so that one day we might eventually be able to reach the answer. But you are right on the money with it being the most subjective thing, and I think I want to say this to the viewers, like take a lot of what I said like with a grain of salt, because it could be completely different in your case, and I guess that really is just like the weird thing about life. There's just there are just some things out there that we don't like, that it would probably take millions of years like to go before we eventually find the answer to it. So just keep doing you.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Honestly, it is true. Like, man, yeah, whoever's watching this, whoever's gonna be listening to this, yeah, you gotta just roll with the punches. Like, I've been saying this to a lot of people lately, that like, ultimately, the world is just a horrible place. Okay, we're gonna end up living lives that, in the end, until we know why we're even here, it is going to be inevitable where we're going to just feel like, man, our lives have no meaning. Our lives are just, it is literally just poop in the toilet. But, man, was that flush freaking long. That flush was long, man. I'm not gonna lie. And it really matters. It really matters. It really matters, though. How you can find things to make a horrible world make you suffer less. And man, am I happy? Am I blessed to have, you know, individuals like such as yourself feeling? I'm really happy to have people who are close and people who are super amazing human beings that I can just be like, yeah, you know what? It's not like I'm reliant on you, but I'm gonna say it right now that if people like you weren't in my life, I wouldn't be at this level of happiness, at this level of content. So as soon as my journey is all the way down the drain, I can say that it was way better than not having you there. So guys, that is what is on topic, what's poppin', happiness. We're going to be closing it off with the question of the day. What makes you the happiest? But to comment down below in the video or the VOD, you can connect with the hashtag CasuallySerious, or leave a comment on YouTube, stream archive on YouTube. Man, like, you know, again, what makes me happy? Simply put, I love music. Music makes me happy. Audio makes me happy. Doing this, speaking with friends, being able to connect. We couldn't do that without audio. We couldn't do that without that technology. We have to recognize that we could not reach that level of communication if we didn't have that tech with us, you know? And as for you, Eli, cooking, eh? Cooking makes you happy. Cooking is the best thing. Right. The next thing. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's just an infinite amount of avenues it can go through with it. Not much more to say.
Man, oh, man. What would be like your the three dishes, okay, or the three kinds of food that you're just like, man, this is it. Like, if I were to go out, like, I'm gonna fly off the earth right now, and I was gonna show like an alien that this is the food of humans, what would those foods be? What would those foods be?
Okay, well, I mean, judging from that last sentence, number one obviously has to be pizza. I mean, I personally, I don't think there's like another food that is like as versatile as pizza. And you know, you'd be hard pressed to find a person like on Earth who legitimately hates this stuff, because not all pizza is cheese pizza. You know, pizza is pizza. You do whatever you want with it. If it makes it happy, that like you're set for life, bro.
You're set for life.
Now the other two, like you can go pretty much anywhere, because like I haven't really been like trying to improve like on a particular dish. I just like keep trying to like you know run across new things and like just like you know, for curiosity, you know, like especially you know, like just like being in one place for a lot of the time. I guess if I have to like go with like a 2 and 3, it would probably be I guess a burrito and a taco. Because like they are quite versatile, just like pizza. So
yes, they are, dude. Yes, they are.
Yeah. 3 of them. Like versatility is like the number one thing. Maybe I'm just focusing a little too much on like what kind of food would you show to aliens?
You know, right?
You know,
like what?
Because like they have like their own ingredients on their home planet. So what would be like the easiest way to use those ingredients? Pizza, burrito, taco, maybe even sushi if you're so inclined.
Like they gotta have grains. There's gotta be something that can be kneaded into a dough, and then you can make it flat, you can make it fluffy, you can make it as a loaf, and then you can do whatever the heck you want with it. I think universally, you're onto something. If we're gonna try to find life on other planets, we have to look for the dough.
There it is. That is the quote that you must live your life by. No matter where you are in the universe, always gotta find a dough.
Always gonna find a dough. If you can't find a dough, there ain't no life. There ain't no life though. Okay? All right? Oh man.
I'm loving this.
Oh, loving this too, man. Come on, like think about it, right? Everybody be going to Mars trying to look for like water deposits and stuff. And I'm just like, guys, if you found dough, that means that there was something wet on the surface. At that point,
dough is life.
Dough is life. Dough is what it expands and it helps revolutionize the circle of life, you know? Everybody thinks that there's the birth, the growth, and then the death. No, there is the kneading, the heating, and the eating. Yeah. Honestly.
That's right. Like, I mean, why else do you think pizza and tortillas are all in the shape of circles?
Honestly. What a fact. What a fact.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this is the end of the stream, the end of the podcast. Again, Eli, thanks so much for being a guest on the first guest. You know, you are the first guest on my stream this season, in general.
Can I do my YouTube commenter impression right now?
Go ahead, do it.
First.
Yes, that is literally every single person that goes on a YouTube freaking like video that was released like a minute ago. It's like, yo, guys, listen. I'm the first person to freaking like give this guy a view and a like, guys. First comment right here. First comment,
baby.
Oh my god.
Top of the world. First comment. Let's go. But seriously though, like I really appreciate you having me on here. It's I just can't describe it. Like it's like very chill, and it's also like I just had so much fun. Diving into all these topics. I hope to come on again sometime in the future. Really,
I would hope so too, because it looks like I'm crying right now on stream, but I swear I'm not. I honestly think that it's super duper crazy just thinking how long that we've known each other, you know? We knew each other before we even knew what that concept was. Like, how do you even explain that to someone? You're just like, yo guys, you know when you meet someone and you're just like, you introduce yourselves and you know who each other are, and you're just like, yeah, that's like the most basic form of human communication. And I'm just gonna be like, now listen here. Imagine being friends before knowing what a friend was.
Yeah.
Literally imagine.
Yo, cheers to the next 20 on that, bro. Cheers to the next 20.
Cheers, man. Cheers to the next 20. I agree. Man, we're gonna just I could you know what? Okay, this sounds super mean, okay? I mean, like, if we have kids by then, we're gonna do the same thing. We gotta do the same thing. We're just gonna freaking just shove our babies like on the couch and then just watch. Just be like, are they gonna connect? Is this gonna be it? Is this a lineage? You know? Is this a generational?
It's gonna be like the exact same picture. Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yo, It's like this, like the stars have completely aligned, you know.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta put the plug in. It's the stopper to the door. The door stopper. The cork in the fork. The wine bottle in the casket. Every single saying that no one's ever said. Thanks for anybody who watched this stream. Again, this is Casually Serious. This is the closing. Eli, again, thanks so much for being here with me. Thanks again for coming on. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you.
Man. I'm going to end the stream first. It's always how it is. I'm going to put this on this is how awkward I am. I describe what I do. So I slowly look for stream ending. And then I click stop streaming. And I'm just like,